the scariest words I ever heard are words being spoken by politicians and people like that on a regular basis these days. And those words are, we can't let Russia get away with this. Now, don't get me wrong, I do not defend the invasion in Ukraine. And this is not meant to be a political video, but let's just think for a moment about the consequences of such a statement. So basically, that statement is a commitment to take back lost territory. And we have to ask ourselves, is there a limit to what they will do to achieve that? Because they might say, these politicians, that we can't accept this and so on, and we might agree. But the big question here is, what's the price we're going to have to pay for that? What's the price for that commitment? How many people, sons, fathers, are going to be sent to the front to die? These politicians are not the ones dying. And we have to ask ourselves also, how is this going to end? And how are we going to prevent this from escalating into a world war, the Third World War? Because what they're saying basically with that statement is that we will do whatever it takes to take back lost territory. And that should scare us. Now, it's not fair, you might say. You know, it's not fair that it's lost, it's occupied. It's not fair. We shouldn't let that happen. Or you might disagree. People have different opinions on this actually, but it doesn't really matter. It happened. Okay? And how many more people are they going to send there to die before they actually realize that it is lost? These politicians, they need to answer this one question. When you're saying that we can't accept this and so on, okay, what's the price we are going to pay? What's the price? As a side note, there are people here in Norway now, men who fled from Ukraine when the war started. They fled here with their families. And you know what? They can't go back. Because if they go back to Ukraine now, they might be charged with treason against their own country, because men are not allowed to leave Ukraine. And please ask yourself if you think that's right. Is that fair? Is that fair? I don't think that's fair. I think it's very wrong. Now there's a lot that could be said about what's going on in the background, and I think that I will just leave that out of this video. There are lots of conspiracy theories out there, and there certainly are lots of other things that we are not even supposed to talk about. What I want with this video is for people to, you know, try to reflect on that statement. Yeah, I know it's terrible that it happened, but you know, does anyone really honestly think that Russia will give up those territories that they occupied? I don't think they will do that. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Life is beautiful. It really is, and the world is a beautiful place. And it's such a big shame that this is happening now. It's cold today, minus 12 Celsius. It doesn't look like that, but it's quite cold. And I'm just out there, as you can see, having a campfire and some chocolate coffee. Skål. And hopefully this message didn't come across as too negative. I truly believe that the world is a beautiful place. I have traveled extensively and I've seen many countries. And I will say this, that, you know, I think people are, in general, people are good. There are some bad people out there, absolutely. But I refuse to go along with this narrative that I see now forming in mainstream media, that the Russians are enemies. Okay. Thanks for watching, and skål.